Alright, so what I've gone ahead and done is I've duplicated this over onto the other side, and literally all it is just a mirror of the previous design. So if the ice were to freeze over, it can't freeze that block, and if the ice were to freeze over, it can't freeze that block, so it will still automatically restock the source blocks. And you'll be able to just grab your pistons, load them up, and then oops, I'm stuck. There we go. And then you'll be able to grab your pistons and oops, here it might be a little bit easier if I go ahead and extend that. Shoot. There we go. And go ahead and do like that. And now we can see that if we give that a nice little flick, it takes a second to get started. But now we've got 20 ice blocks coming our way. And this device will be ready as soon as we just break those pistons down there for another load. Now, what I did want to show you guys is that, alright, so the reason why we've only got 10 blocks here is because the pistons have a 10 block, or a 12 block pushing limit. So you could make this as long as 11, but 11's an awkward number to work with, so it's 22 if you double up on the design. But it also makes it a little bit more manageable because 20 ice blocks is going to last you a really long time. What you can do to get these ice blocks out of your snow biome, because really if you've got a snow biome, what are you going to do besides just let the water freeze? This is mainly for people who want the ice in a different type of biome. So you can actually extend this out, this little road that I've made, the caterpillar road, out as far as you might like. And I'm just going to extend it just a little bit to show you guys what that would look like. But this will let you take your ice to a desert if you wanted, or the plains, or really anything that it doesn't snow in normally. You'll still be able to get ice, so you'll still be able to get really speedy transport of items from your mob system, or be able to move mobs faster because ice is, low friction, or anything you would want ice to do. Replace glass, anything you like. And we just take the ice and we'll place it like that, and there we go. And now we'll pull it on over, and this of course you would let happen naturally, but because I'm in creative mode I can cheat a little bit and go ahead and give it a full load of ice. And you can place your pistons down again. I'm going to go ahead and let that extend, and then you, other side, place your other pistons, give it a little burst, and as these become uncovered they become able to freeze again. So that block can freeze, that block can freeze, that block can freeze, that block can freeze. So it can already start freezing whenever it's taking your ice to wherever you're taking it. As you can see, it just keeps pushing it as far as I want it to go. I would keep up with it just to make sure that you don't run into any problems with the pistons maybe becoming unloaded and not working anymore, or what have you, because that would be a bit of a pain to have to deal with. And shoot, that was already off. But it could take it as far as you wanted it to go, and you could have as much ice as you needed for any project. And if it wasn't enough, you could always build more. But that's basically how you would ship ice out of your snow biome to wherever you would like it to go. One thing you do want to keep in mind is that you can't put this in a building, unfortunately, and it is a little bit ugly, but you can't do it. Or if you do, the ceiling has to be open, like you can't put glass there even to it. It has to be open ceilinged. So it might be a little bit unsafe at night, especially because you can't really light it up because that'll just melt the ice. This area is actually the only spot that needs to be pretty dark, but the rest of it can be fairly well lit, but you just got to make sure that this isn't covered from touching the sky, so you can't build these underground or anything like that. Has to if it can snow there, it'll freeze, basically. And then you also have to make sure to not light it up too much. You can probably light it up enough to make sure that monsters don't spawn, but if it's too bright, you'll have ice melting, and if it's too bright along your runways, you'll have ice melting, and that's a real horrible mess to have to deal with. Pluses of this design is that, unlike other designs for an ice machine that I've seen, it can produce massive amounts of ice really quickly, and you don't really have to worry about the not being able to get enough or getting them far enough, because other designs I've seen, it wasn't automatic. You had to go down, you had to place a piston, had to extend the piston every single time manually, but this is fully automatic, so you don't have to worry about any of that. It also isn't terribly ugly, especially if you look at it from this angle. Still definitely not the prettiest thing, but it's not atrocious, and it looks pretty cool while it's operating. Just gotta break this down. So in case you're just wondering why on earth you would want to make this machine, because you can't use this machine to like take this all the way into the nether if you wanted to. That won't work. Ice won't go through a nether portal like that. But what you can do is that, like, if you had just some, I'm just going to make this some arbitrary length. If you place some ice down on like a channel, there we go, channel or a canal, you know, just making up words as we go. If you place, if you toss a few blocks in there, and since I've got a lot of redstone, I'll be using redstone. This works with anything. But if you toss it down, it moves really fast. And if this was from a mob system, you would not have any troubles of, you know, items despawning as they tried to make it down your waterway. And just to give you a comparison, I'll go ahead and dig another canal next to this one. And in fact, I'll go ahead and give this one the advantage. So toss a few blocks in there, toss a few blocks in there, and they're already down there, and these aren't really even halfway there. So ice is definitely useful for that. I'm also going to show you a little mini design that I've been working on with ice that actually no, I won't. I'll save that for another tutorial. Actually, it'll be my next tutorial, is another little convenient use for ice, and I'll give you a hint. It's for moving yourself really fast. But that'll be a nice little cliffhanger for the next episode. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead and switched over to survival mode to show you guys that design that I was talking to you about. And basically all this is ice with a little ceiling on top of it. And what this will let you do is, if you want to get somewhere fast but don't want to use minecarts or anything like that, you can get into that and you can spam the jump button like that. I don't know if you heard that, but if you're sprinting and you spam the jump button, you'll go pretty fast with this. And there's actually a way you can make it even better than this, and I'll go ahead and build it up like that real quick. Actually, yeah, I don't have the supplies, so I'll build that up and I'll show you guys that in just a second. Alright, so here we are again. Basically all I've done to change this design is I put trap doors on top of the ice, and what that'll do is that whenever we sprint is, oh, I messed up there a little bit, but you gotta sprint onto the trapdoors and you can go even faster. It's not that much, but it definitely helps. And whoop, yeah, you can go pretty quick. I bet you can make a significant block jump off of that. So see, I flew quite a ways, so I'm actually gonna dig a little hole. See how far we go. Alright, so normally you can only jump 2 blocks without sprinting, 3 blocks with sprinting, So yeah, so I'm gonna dig out 4 blocks away. See how well this goes over here. Here we go. Alright. Running. And whoop. Yeah, no problem. Let's try 5 blocks. Ooh, getting dangerous here now. And away we go. Wow, still made it. Well, let's try 6 blocks just for fun. And even if we don't make this jump, like if we just barely hit it, if you use ladders, you can always climb up a block jump that you might not normally make, and not quite. Well, that's pretty cool though. I didn't know you could jump that far. So yeah, a 5 block jump is no problem with that design at all. So if you wanted to use it for that, like a special entrance to your base or something to keep it free of creepers and other bad guys, that's definitely an idea. I still bet you I could make a 6 block jump. I'm gonna try one more time. Oh, shoot. Nah, not quite. Yeah, but if you put ladders here, you could make it, I bet. Anyway, I'm not going to sit here and test that for super long time. But, alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. As you can see over there, this is a lot harder in survival mode to show you guys. But as you can see over there, we've got quite a few more tutorials that we could be doing. I've got quite a few other projects that I'm working on. So if you want to subscribe for more videos like this one, I'd really appreciate it. If you want to take a second to rate and comment on this video, aha! Made it! So you can make 6 block caps. Or is that 7? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's 6 unless you're counting the block that you're landing on, and then it's 7. But anyway, as you can see, I've got quite a few more tutorials that I could be doing. I've got many other projects that I'm working on. If you want to check out my channel for some of those that have already been done. Also, I've been thinking about doing a possible Let's Play. Oh shoot! On my channel. If you want to check out my videos and tell me what you think about how I do things, and if I would be a good Let's Player, I would really appreciate it. If you want to take a second to rate and comment on this video, I would really love it. This is going to be Cinnamon123 signing out.